Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kalen from White Glove Models, and today we're going to get started on the Star Trek The Next Generation Enterprise D. Pack 1 consists of parts 1, and we also have part 2. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I went ahead and took the paper backing off. We'll go ahead and open this up. Make sure there's no pieces stuck in this guy. And put that off to the side. And there are our parts for this kit. They give you a little screwdriver. I like my Wera screwdrivers, so I'm going to use those. So I do have the towel down just because I want to protect the parts. So we have a couple of different screws here. We have the CP screws. Then there are the AP screws. And we have CM screws. So I've already made my little jars to put them in. So we have AP, there's CM, and CP. Go ahead and get these open, put them in their jars. Put those up to the side right there. Then we have AP. Those are little ones. Little guys. I know you probably think I'm a little bit too organized with this, but I will lose these, and trust me, they all look the same to me, so it's better that I organize them. Otherwise, it would just be a mess. I mean, we're already a mess, but it would be even more so. So put those there. All right, and we can start. So what they want you to do is take part of the bridge module. And let's see if it's labeled. I don't see a label on it. And then they want this part of the bridge base. And you'll put those together. Flip it over. And we are going to be holding these together with AP screws. So I'll grab my handy dandy screwdriver. And again, I'm using the Wera PHO. So here's our AP screw, again not going into metal, just plastic, and you will be securing it on the underside right here. Just gently screw that in. Grab another AP screw and put that one in right there. Alright. So there's number 2, and go ahead and tighten that down, and then I'm going to tighten down the first one that I put in. Cool. So, and it begins. Do that just a little bit tighter. There we go. Perfect. And we're already doing electrics, it looks like. Here's the wires that came with it. They are labeled. They want us to grab the one that's labeled C. So you have A right here. Open these up. And there's C right here. That one's a really long one. And then another somewhat short one. So there's 3 different sizes here. You've got one really long one, that's C. And then the other one you have here is B. It's a little bit shorter. And then the shortest one is A. And they want us to take C, so I'm going to put these out of the way. What you're going to do is grab the bridge rear window. So they want you to take the bulb with the yellow and white wiring. And I move this over so you guys can see better. So the rear bridge windows go into place right here. And then the white and yellow wire will just slide in underneath it like that. And then this wire will be going underneath this section. Just to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to take the rear light section and put it in there, and then I'll take the front light section and put it in there. And then I'm going to orient this way, and then taking the C cable and the white and yellow will go up towards the front right here, and that'll just slide into place. And then you have the red and black, which will be going into this spot right underneath the front lights. Just see if we can get that. This is so easy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Okay. So I'm going to orient it this way. This wire is going to come in here. And magically just sit right there. And then throw this guy, this is the rear lighting for the bridge, so the rear bridge lighting. Then this little guy, he is going to go right here, and then toss this over the top of it without anything falling out. There we go. We did it, but we're pinching wires, so I'm going to fix that. Okay. Now I think we're good. And then they kind of show these just coming out the side for right now. Then you'll take the bridge bottom and you'll feed the wires through the middle section while holding all of this together. Make sure that it's all facing the right way, and then just put the two together. And of course I have it backwards. Spin this around. Hope nothing falls out. And are we there? And she's home. Okay, and that just snapped into place. So there you have the bridge section. And they want you to secure these with AP screws. And again, it's going into plastic. I'll just put that one in, just get it started. Then I'll grab another screw and put it in right here. And that's what's going to secure this part of the bridge to the lower half. Let's screw that down. And don't want to get it too tight. Perfect. Number 2. Next, we're going to bring over the lower portion of the deck, and this is metal. We're going to flip this over just like that, and so this is where things get a little tricky because the coloring is off, and you're actually in the actual model of the Starship Enterprise, these did not light up, and they have it lighting up. So I think I'm going to modify that, but we're going to do that later on. You guys will see that in another video. So for now, I'm going to put it together the way that they want. I just need to identify these pieces. So this will actually be the next part that they want. And this is a vent. So you just drop that in there. Next, you're going to want to grab the wire that is labeled with a B. That's this one. And we want the black and yellow wire. So then you'll take this and align it right there. Now they don't say to use glue, so I'm not, because I know I'm going to change this later on just because of the orientation. And I'm in my finished model, I'm not going to actually have these light up. I'm going to paint over them. So then you take this section here, and it should drop into place like so. Should. There we go. And that should just drop right into place like that. And then that wire is not going anywhere. Then you're going to be attaching this with a CM screw. And you'll just be giving it a little bath and dunk it there in the oil. And that's just regular 3-in-1 oil. And then go ahead and screw that down. And if it's a little tight, so you just screw it in a little bit, then back it back out, and then once you feel it kind of click, then you can finish screwing it in. And that is secure. Shouldn't be going anywhere. See how that looks on this side. Okay, and then turn it back around. And then things are a little different on the other side. This is why we're going to be changing this, because on this side you don't get a clear one with a light. So in Star Trek The Next Generation, the actual Enterprise, from what I understand, the vents, these don't light up, they're just black like this one. So what we'll end up doing down the road is painting this one black and changing it. And then we're going to actually use that light somewhere else, which will be exciting. So I'm going to drop this down, and then they want us to secure that in place with another CM screw. CM, where are you? Found you. Alright, turn around, pull back. And again, I will dunk that in oil, just like that. And then just start screwing that down. And then a little resistance, so I'm going to back it back out till I feel it click, and then screw it in the rest of the way. Perfect. And it'll look something like that. Next, we're going to be taking the deck front window, and that's this piece right here that has the blacked out windows and then some of the clear windows. And you'll just drop it right in here. Turn that over, just take a look at that. Cool. Alright. So now comes more electrics. Kind of cool that the first stage of in the first pack of the model, you're actually doing electrics, which is cool. So this is the wire strand that is labeled A. And what they're saying to do is take the cover for the deck, and you see there's these little sections here which will take the lights, and you'll just drop that into place. So this little guy goes in here, and once it's in, it kind of locks it into place. Perfect. And let's go ahead and put that screw in. These are going to be CM screws again. Let's see if I can get just one. Nope. All its buddies want to come along with it. So I'll go ahead and put that on my screwdriver, dunk it in oil, and I'm going to screw this one in. I'm not going to tighten it all the way just yet, because I want to get these other ones in, but I just want to kind of seat it and get it started. Maybe. And then I didn't make it too tight yet, because I want to put this one in over here. So then you'll want to split the wire down the middle and then feed it into this section over here. So what I'll do is I'll just lift up just a hair, just a hairball right there, slide that in there, and then it should stay in place once you, nope, doesn't. Just kidding. Wow. And that should just stay in place on its own. Yep, good to go. Then we will be securing this one in with another CM screw. Just let go of your buddies. Let go. I'll put that down. I think there are actually 4 screws that secure this whole thing in place. So here's number 2. I'll go ahead and tighten these ones up. Make sure that stays in there. And I'll tighten this one up. Actually having to put quite a bit of force on those. I'm going to see if, there we go. I'm going to actually use my PH1 screwdriver to do these last two CM screws. Just kind of ease it in first, and then you can back it out a little bit, and then screw it all the way in. And the last one. Number 4. Oh, this works much better. Use a bigger screwdriver. Go back and tighten these. I might be taking these out again. You never know, so try not to strip them. And there we go. Interesting. Then they want us to turn this over. Then you want to grab the upper sensor platform, and you're going to place it in right here. And then that will be held in with AP screws. And just grab a few of them. I'm not going to dunk these in oil because I don't need to, because it's plastic. And there are 4 screws holding this guy in there. So there's one. These go in much better, thankfully. There's number 2. You know, I was so excited when I saw this kit. I actually saw World of Wayne was the first time I saw it being built, and I was so excited. And so I was like, you know what, I want to do that. It seems like a lot of fun. And if you watch some of the other channels that are building this, there are some issues with it, and you know, most of them can be fixed. So it is a really good kit. I'm really excited to get it finished. It's going to take a couple years to do that. I think I'm on the 2-year plan, but it'll be fun. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do with it when I'm done with it. My wife thinks I need to sell it, which I might, but I don't know. It's kind of a cool little kit. And you know, all the different lights and other things that we'll get to do along the way will be a lot of fun and very rewarding. So there's that. There's number 4. Then we get to take the bridge section that we built earlier and feed this wire through here. And then it's just going to pop into place. I'll turn it around so you guys can see. It'll just pop into place right here. And just snap it in there. Give it a little extra oomph. And there we go. Cool, and then this is going to be held in place with CP screws. Looks like we're going to be doing 3 of those, and I got 3. Cool. Right, go ahead and load that up. And this is plastic again. I'm not going to worry about dunking it in oil. Just throw that guy in there. Not going to tighten it too tight just yet. Then number 3. It's a lot of screws. I can't even imagine how many screws in total we're going to have. There's so many different lights too. Like the lights is just baffling. How many different wires are going to be in this kit. And tighten those down. And you've got a whole mess of wires right here. Then we're going to go ahead and flip this over because we're going to be working on the lifeboats that go in these sections. And those are all on a sprue. So we'll get our sprue cutters out and pop those off of there. It says carefully remove the 6 escape pod covers from their sprues, then push them into place on the exterior of the deck 2 as shown. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pop these off. So these are actually not printed accurately. If you look at them, they are actually printed upside down. Mike Lane Mods has made a transfer sheet that you can actually put the accurate printout over the top of this, and it looks really nice. That might be something we might explore down the road. Got 2 years to figure it out, so you know. And they are supposed to go in a certain order, it looks like. The little tab on the bottom allows them to go into a certain space. And let's see, are they? Oh yeah, they have a little L on the side, so that's going to be the left-hand side. And this will also be a left-hand side. This little guy is a right-hand side. Another right-hand side. Left hand. And a right. Well, obviously. Come on. So I'll flip these back over so I can kind of see where the little nubbin is. I don't know what you call that. And so this guy is going to go now. The question is, do they face down or do they face up? That is the question. Yep. So pop that little sucker into place. Then you've got this one. And there you go, there's the left hand side. Just going to push those, make sure they're seated properly. I'm not going to glue them in. Then we've got the right hand side. Just look for the orientation again. That little red mark goes down. And then you just kind of want to line it up with the one that has the same little circle lined up. Let's take and it fell out. These are not really the easiest things to put in. So that one found its home. Push that down. And this one. So what to do? This guy right here doesn't want to stay in there. I'll end up having to glue that one down. But there you go. That is the end of stage 1. Let's put this off to the side for now. I'm going to grab stage 2. We have some more screws here. I went ahead and already made my little jars. Those are the AM, BM. We got some more AP screws. Hey, check it out, we got a Klingon. So this is the upper portion of the nacelle. We'll bring this out. I'm going to put this over here. Move this. So I'm going to leave this right here so you guys can see it, and then grab the yellow section. And this is called a Bussard EM field projector, and it is going to be installed in this area right here. Wow, nice. Then you've got this little blue formation light, and that is going to go, it can only go one direction. You see the little notch there, that'll go in right here. Then you're going to take the Bussard EM field projector reflector, and that is just going to go in right here. I'm going to pull this off so I can see if I can get it to fit. Oh, there we go. I guess it slides around a little bit, but there you go. Pop that back into place. Next, we have the upper frame that goes inside the nacelle, and that's what this little guy is. And you'll have the larger section of the main frame there towards the bottom, and then this little cap will go over the formation light. And just drop that right in, like so. And then there are, looks like 8 screws, 9 screws that go into this. And those are all going to be AM screws. So start putting those into place, and because they are going into metal, I am going to be dipping them in oil. That guy brought all his friends with him. Go for a little dip. And we'll put this one in first. Do this so you guys can see. And I'm just not going to tighten these all the way down just yet. I'm just going to get them started, and then we'll go from there. So probably fast forward this little bit because this is going to take some time. Okay, so we'll just make sure everything is still lined up, it looks good, and just go back and tighten all these down. Alright, there you go. So next we are going to take the warp engine field grills. There's a left and a right, and these I actually wanted to talk about a little bit. During the series, The Next Generation, when you see the Enterprise in motion with the warp drives active, these are actually lit up and they're blue. However, when the Enterprise is not moving or the engines are not active, it's kind of a copper color. So we are going to be exploring that down the road and probably be painting these a copper color, but they will still light up blue when the lights are on. So it's pretty cool, and can't wait to show you guys how we do that. So let's go ahead and get this installed. Looks like it goes right like that. Then we'll take the right hand side, or left hand, not sure. Drop that into place. So this portion of the nacelle is actually metal, which is nice. It's really heavy, kind of cool. So get this. Why did the other one go in so easily? There we go. Get that installed just there. And then these are going to be held in with AP screws that brought all its friends to the party. Go ahead and put this in here. Go ahead and get that loaded up, and since it's going into plastic, I don't need to dunk it in oil. Just get that started. Grab another AP screw. Put one in on the other side here. So that is all of those tight. So then we're going to take the warp engine field grill rear and place that at the back of the nacelle. And that just kind of pops in there. And that's going to be held in with 2 AP screws. See how many we can get this time. Okay, just need 2. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and put those in. Okay, so we'll tighten that one down and double check that guy. So I'm going to do a separate video on how we're going to be modifying these, and you can look forward to that coming here in the near future. But there you go. That is the end of part 2. And we have a couple extra pieces here that we have not used. So what I'll do with those, pop them out here and put them into our little Enterprise bin. And we'll be installing those at a later date. And that's it for pack 1. And then tidy up the screws here and put them in here as well, and keep everything safe for the next time. Well, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed pack 1 of the Starship Enterprise as much as I did. I do have pack 2 here already, so I'm going to be starting that here pretty quickly, and I'm probably going to have to break that down into a few different episodes just because there's so much to do in pack 2. So thanks again for watching. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and thanks so much for joining me. See you next time. And this one includes the... So the rear... Okay. Oh my goodness. We will get this. I promise you. Today we're going to be starting... I didn't put it over here. Alright. Let's start over. Good.